If you're thinking about buying a vacation rental property here in Destin, Miramar Beach, or along 30I, there's something you need to understand right away. Not all properties make money, and some of them, if you buy the wrong one, will actually cost you money every single month. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to buy your first vacation rental property step by step, specifically for this market here on the Emerald Coast. I'm also going to give you some real examples and comparisons so you can start to see how this actually plays out in the real world. If you're ready to invest or make a move down here, hit me up. Call, text, or email, and let's make it happen. What's up, everyone? My name is Danny Wheels Margoliano. My wife, Michelle, and I are local realtors here on the Emerald Coast of Florida, and we've been helping people just like you buy, sell, and invest in homes and condos all over the Panhandle, from Panama City Beach over to Destin, 30I, Freeport, and Fort Walton Beach. So the first step is getting really clear on your goal. Before you look at a single property, you got to ask yourself, why am I buying this? Because buying a vacation rental is a lot like choosing between a truck and a sports car. A truck is built to perform. It's meant to work, make money, and get the job done. A sports car looks great, it's fun to drive, but it's not always the most practical. Same thing here. Are you trying to maximize rental income, or are you buying something that you want to enjoy personally and just offset some of the costs? Because those are two completely different strategies. For example, a smaller Gulfront condo in Destin will often outperform a much bigger, nicer house that's not close to the beach. Even though the house looks better on paper, the condo wins because of location and demand. So step one is deciding if you're approaching this as an investor or if you're blending lifestyle with investment. Next, let's talk about financing, because this is where a lot of people get confused. There are really three main ways people buy vacation rentals down here. The first is a second home loan. This usually comes with a lower down payment and a better interest rate, but it's intended for personal use first. The second is an investment property loan. That typically requires more money down and comes with a slightly higher rate, but it's fully designed for rental use. Then there's something called a DSCR loan, which a lot of investors like. This type of loan is based on the property's income instead of your personal income. The easiest way to think about it is this. A traditional loan is based on your paycheck. A DSCR loan is based on the property's ability to pay for itself. That becomes really powerful if you plan on buying more than one property over time. Now let's get into one of the biggest factors, and that's location. This is where I see people make mistakes all the time. They buy based on what looks nice or what they personally like, instead of asking the most important question, which is, will this property actually get booked? Because at the end of the day, this isn't just real estate, it's a hospitality business. Let me give you a real example. Let's say you're comparing two condos. One is a Gulfront condo in Destin, where you can walk straight onto the beach. The other is a newer, slightly bigger condo in Miramar Beach, but it's across Highway 98. On paper, that Miramar Beach condo might look like the better deal, but the Destin Gulfront condo is almost always going to perform better. It's going to get more bookings, it's going to command higher nightly rates, and it's going to stay occupied more consistently. And the reason is simple. People are paying for convenience and experience. It's kind of like airline seats. Gulfront is first class. Across the street is economy. Both get you there, but one commands a much higher price. Now, let's compare Destin and 30I, because this is another big question I get. 30I tends to be more high-end. You've got higher nightly rates, more luxury properties, and a different type of buyer. Destin, on the other hand, tends to have more consistent traffic year-round. It appeals to a broader group of travelers. So if you think about it like a business, 30AI is like a high-end boutique restaurant. Fewer customers, but higher ticket prices. Destin is more like a busy steakhouse. Maybe slightly lower price point, but it stays full more consistently. Both models can work really well. It just depends on your strategy. Now, let's talk about the numbers, because this is where deals are made or broken. You need to look at real rental income data, not guesses. You also need to factor in your expenses, and this is where people get caught off guard. You've got HOA fees, insurance, property taxes, management costs, and maintenance. And right now, insurance in Florida is a big piece of the puzzle. Here's the way I explain it. Buying a vacation rental without running the numbers is like opening a restaurant without knowing your food costs. You might stay busy, but that doesn't mean you're making money. You need to know exactly what the property is going to do financially before you ever move forward. Now let's talk about property type, because a lot of people ask whether they should buy a condo or a house. Condos are usually easier to manage. They come with amenities that attract renters like pools, beach access, and sometimes even on-site management. The trade-off is higher HOA fees and the possibility of special assessments. Houses give you more control. You don't always have an HOA, and you can potentially generate more income if the property is set up right. But they also come with more maintenance and higher upfront costs, especially when it comes to furnishing. For most first-time investors in this market, condos in Destin or Miramar Beach are usually the easiest way to get started. Now here's a step you absolutely cannot skip, and that's checking rental rules. Not every property allows short-term rentals. There are HOA restrictions, zoning rules, and even certain neighborhoods along 30 AI where rentals are limited or not allowed at all. This is kind of like buying a car and then finding out you're not allowed to drive it on the highway. If you don't verify this up front, it can completely kill your investment. Next is management. You've got two main options. You can go fully hands-off and hire a property management company. That usually costs somewhere around 20 to 30%, but they handle everything for you. Or you can self-manage or do some kind of hybrid approach where you're more involved, but you keep more of the income. Most people start hands-off, especially if they don't live here locally, and then they adjust over time once they understand the business better. Now let's talk about setting the property up, because this is where you really start to separate yourself from the competition. Your property is not just a property, it's a product. And the better the product, the more bookings you're going to get. You want clean, modern design, durable furniture, and you want to maximize how many people the property can sleep. A one-bedroom condo that sleeps 6 people will almost always outperform one that only sleeps 2. And then you've got your photos and your listing. That's what actually sells the property online. Once everything is set up, you launch and start optimizing. You adjust pricing based on demand. You watch your occupancy. You focus on getting good reviews early. The first couple of months are really important because that's when you build momentum. It's just like starting any new business. The stronger your start, the better your long-term performance. Let me wrap this up with a few of the biggest mistakes I see. Buying based on emotion instead of numbers. Ignoring HOA fees and insurance. Choosing the wrong location. Overestimating rental income. And not fully understanding the rules. These are the kinds of mistakes that turn what should be a great investment into a stressful situation. If you're thinking about buying your first vacation rental property here in Destin, Miramar Beach, or along 30I, the biggest thing is making sure you do it the right way from the beginning. That's exactly what we help people do every single day, from finding the right property to analyzing the deal to helping manage it after closing. If you want help building a strategy around your goals, reach out to me directly, call, text, or email, and let's make it happen. And if you got value from this, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.